was. I was having a whole good time over here. All right, here we go.
The way the sky is blue and the water is pure. The way the house comes together when the bricks are side by side. That's what we were. We were strong, working together to make things better. Hand in hand, heart to heart. But I've been feeling weaker since we've been pulling apart.
Ooh, that says a lot by itself.
All with different sets,
Y'all listen to the words. Listen.
our disagreements see that causing a war. But
I blame myself for not loving you like I should. I blame myself
for not forgetting you when I could. Oh,
let's stand together.
let's stand together. You
And me,
'cause we're
better
much better.
together.
I don't wanna find you no more.
Let's stand
Please take
together.
my hand and
You and me.
'cause we're stronger.
It's a message, a whole message. If this cut off, y'all inbox me and let me know, because Facebook been acting crazy.
That's my heartbeat. If you don't help me, there'll be no more heartbeat. What's it gonna take for you to see that I'm better with you? You're better with me. So we should just
All get along. Guess what?
I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but we can work towards it. To show you I love you, it makes it worth it.
Yes.
But I hope the damage I caused hasn't pushed you.
Too far away. Oh, blame myself for not loving you like I should. I blame myself for not like good. Let's stand together. Together. You and me. We're better together. Back on me. Let's stand together. You and me. Get stronger together. Now. You and me. Together. We gotta stand together, y'all.
But the truth is, love real name is Jesus. He's the glue that's gonna keep us together.
Jesus is the only one for us to stay together. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
together. See you and me. Yes, stronger together. Please, let's come together. Together. You and me. Stronger together. Now y'all heard her. Let's stand together. We got to get this thing right. Right. We got to get it right. And listen, the best way to get it right is admitting when we're wrong. And just, showing gratitude for those that are there, those that are for us. So I know y'all probably saying, what gives you the right to tell us what we got to get right? It doesn't. I'm just sharing my take. And you don't have to listen, but I know from what I've seen over the years, it is definitely something that we can work on and we can do better with as a people. And we got to strive for excellence. We got to strive for the betterment of all of us together, because without that, we can't do it. We can't work together. We can't do nothing. We can't succeed without each other. So listen, today's show is called We Are the Problem. And we got to admit when we are the problem. I've seen a lot of relationships break up because of minute little things. And I'm guilty. I am guilty of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm guilty of, I ain't going to say per se cutting people off, but moving a different way. And so we have to learn how to admit when we're wrong. Even if we're not wrong, we got to say, hey, how can we work it out? How can we do better? So, like I said, y'all probably, say, who do you think you are? I'm Kimberly Therese with On a Personal Note. And I am here at WPMM Talk Radio, where we play nothing but music all day long until we talk about it. Commercial free. So anyway, except for our sponsors, of course. We have to put our sponsors on. We got to act right and do what we need to do for sponsorship. So anyway, it's your girl, Kimberly Therese, and I just want to talk to y'all a little bit today. But before we do, I'm just going to give the disclosure about WPMM Talk Radio host hold on. Let me do this right. Look, let me do this right so I can do it right. Okay. And it ain't even the right one. Anyway, WPMM is not responsible for what I'm going to say today. I, myself, am responsible for everything that I'm going to say. And I just want to put it out there that everything is all good. All good. This is my opinion and my opinion only. That's it. We at WPMM are affiliates of Cheryl Underwood. So listen from 11 to 3, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Times. We are also a U-Haul dealer. Stop by 1000 Michigan Avenue, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to reserve your equipment and purchase moving supplies. If we're not here, you can reserve them online. WPMM online at gmail.com. Listen and learn for our advertisement when we advertise y'all, our sponsors. Hey, go patronize them. That's all they ask. And do a little entrepreneurship business with them. So today, here we go. Y'all ready? We about to go in. So, like I said, I know y'all probably saying, who do I think I am telling us we can't get along? Well, I'm very observant. I've been doing this for a while. I've been very, very observant when it comes to why it's so hard for us to get along. Why is it so hard for us to say that, hey, you do a thing well. And and why is it so hard for us to understand the way we operate? Why my mic went out? The way we operate. The way we operate is the way the Lord gave us to us. How do you know that the Lord didn't give us something, and just because you don't like it does not mean that it shouldn't be? Or you should, just fall in line. So we had this thing about winning, right? Winning, exceeding expectations that we didn't necessarily expect others to reach. We have it bad when we look down. We have a problem because we tend to look down on people that are either not of our caliber or not of our stature or not of our standards. We seem to look down on people when they doing their thing and they doing it well. Why? I don't know. On one hand, we look down, but on other hands, when we're wrong, we cheer each other on. We jump on their bandwagon, and we begin to say how, oh, you doing it wrong, knowing goodness well these people wrong for what they're doing and how they doing it. Like Facebook, we got it bad. We don't, as a people, we don't like doing binding contracts, and that's bad because one thing. Hey, Amin, how you doing, love? One thing that we don't like to do is stand on our word. We can say something all day long. Hey, I want to support you. Hey, I see what you're doing. It's good. Let me know what you need. But then when we reach out to each other, it's like, oh, I got you. And it stay right there. It's time out for all that. Why do we say, I got you, when goodness well we don't? Why do we do that? That right there is wrong. And I'm calling it for what it is. Stop lying. Stop telling people that you got them, knowing goodness well you just watching afar and you're going to keep it. You're not keeping it real. If y'all are commenting Facebook or not, it's not really showing me your comments. I see one comment. But good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, WPMM Talk Radio. And the internet, folks. Thank you for joining your girl, Kimberly, Therese, on a personal note. And so when we don't want to be held accountable, we just want to work. And when things change, we don't want to honor our word. We got to stop not wanting to honor our word just because we put it out there and just because we got something going on. What is wrong with us saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to do it. I do apologize. I did sign up for it, and do it in advance. It's a big problem when you tell people you need them or you're going to be there to support them. Hey, love. Hey, Cedric. How you doing? You're going to be there to support and you don't. You bag up or you don't show up. Or even when somebody inbox you. This irks me to the highest of the high. Somebody inbox you, and anybody could tell you, only time I don't answer my inbox is when somebody in my inbox tells me, what's up, beautiful? I don't know you. I'm sorry. Get to know me. Reach out. Hey, I think you're beautiful. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. But if somebody is inquiring of you, inquiring of your business, our biggest thing is if we heard something about someone, then we don't patronize them instead of getting to know them ourselves. Man, listen, we got to stop doing that. We are the problem when we do stuff like that. Just because you heard something about me does not make it true. Get to know me. One thing about me, what you see is what you get. When I talk, I'm talking across the board. It's nothing different about me. I'm the type of person that I'm going to mean what I say and I'm going to say what I mean, even if it come out wrong. And if you don't know my heart, then of course you're going to take it wrong. But come to me and say, hey, what you meant by this, that, and the third? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to break it down 3 different ways if you don't understand. I'm going to break it down to the point where I want you to understand that, hey, I mean well and I come in peace. But at the same time, I have to make sure that this is befitting for where I'm going. And if I have to tell you that, hey, I can't support because it's not part of my journey, then that's what I'm going to do. And if something is not part of your journey, then to keep peace or to keep man from getting offended, keep the offense out the way, then we can say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't support this because this is something that I'm not necessarily in agreement with. It's just that simple. And we have to learn how to not only honor our word when we tell people we're going to do something, but if something come up to where you see it's going a little bit too far, or out of your way, or it's going to bring something that you're not ready to deal with as it pertains. Like me, I deal with things in the spirit. And the way I deal with it in the spirit, I don't necessarily deal with it in the physical. But if something is in my spirit and something is telling me, hey, this ain't it, then, sorry about that, then I'm going to let you know this is not it. This is not what I thought I was signing up for. And if they don't understand, then that's on them once you explain. Once you explain that, hey, I'm sorry, I signed up for it before I got full details. And in that, then I'm going to have to renege. I'm going to have to recant my agreement with you. And that's the way it is. And that's the way it should be. This is one way of getting along. For my internet user, my Facebook user, Tanya Edwards says, I know that's right. Tell you just what it is. That's something I always do. That's how you keep your integrity, regardless of how anybody else look at you. And Tanya, I agree with you, because we have to stand on our character. But most of all, we gotta integrity starts from within. It's not an outward attribute. It's an inward attribute. And the reason why I say that is because you have to stand on what is right when everything around you don't agree with it. You got to say, I know this right, and within myself, this is the right way to do it. So the next thing that we have a problem is, and I'm finna go there. Y'all ready? Finna go there. We use social media to get people to jump on board with the foolishness. Instead of working out our offenses, we get together, we get others to jump on our bandwagon. I'm so sick of Facebook. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm sick of it, because I know a lot of times stuff don't necessarily, well, I think stuff don't be, geared to like point at me. Shots don't be fired at me. But at the end of the day, when it comes to it, shots be fired. It doesn't matter who they fired at. And I'm telling you, sometimes it just grieves my spirit to see grown folks act a pure donkey because they want to call somebody out, or they want to, put somebody in a low state. When you put people in a lower state than what they already are, guess who's held accountable for that? You are. Grow up, grown folks. Grow up, adults, and start adults. Yes, I'm going there today. Talk about me as you wish, you do it anyway. And I'm here to say, and the reason why I know, because it has came back to me that he said, she said stuff, even though I don't go for hearsay, the thing about it, when it comes back to me, I know that it's been said because some of the things that was said in private was shared from someone else that had nothing to do with it. And y'all quick to get people to jump on your bandwagon, knowing goodness well you wrong. We gotta start admitting when we're wrong. Bandwagons hurting because others have moved on. Yeah, we move on, and we have a right to move on. It's our privilege to move on when we decide to move on. Because guess what? Like I said earlier, some things are not part of our journey. Some things we don't necessarily need to be a part of, because if you are, let's put it like this, if you are a person of stature, of great stature, you are a person of great standard, and you're in a community and you're serving God, and you're serving God well, then you have to understand that life is going to happen. And when life happened to me, that's God's way of saying, hey, that's not for you, or let me mature you a little bit, because even though this is for you, you are not ready yet. And because you are not ready, I have to take you through some things in order for you to be able to stand when it comes to standing. At the end of the day, we have to know when what's for us is what we're going, what is for us things are gonna happen, but we gotta be ready to deal with what's happening. We got to be ready to deal with what's going on. So let's see. That's hurting because people have moved on. Mad because others have grown. So, I don't know if y'all know, but there's a certain degree that we all go to before we have to go another path or another direction. There is a certain degree that, God will put people in your life to help you get to a certain degree in life before you have to switch gears. And when we get ready to switch gears, if somebody come to you, like say for instance, you are an employee and you have grown and you have got up the ladder, and it's time for God for you to step out into the unknown and handle your business in the way you should go. When you go to your supervisor, you are supposed to say, hey, I didn't put in my 2 weeks notice. Either I got a better deal, sweeter deal, or I'm going out on my own. And that's the way it is. And they have to honor the contract. This is why I talked about a contract earlier, is because they have to honor the contract that when you get ready to leave, you got to give a 2 weeks notice. Now, they have to honor it, but they can let you go beforehand. And even letting you go beforehand, it tells them, hey, I got to prepare to bring somebody else in. But they can't discriminate you. They can't discriminate against you. And see, that's why I say it's so hard for us to get a binding contract, because when we get in a binding contract, we have to let people go and we can't discriminate against them moving on. But we want to use social media to say, oh, when people move differently, it's time for you to move differently, or, this, that, and the third. We got to stop doing that, y'all. It's time to grow up. We're living in a time where we are seeing people die every day. We are losing people every day. Our loved ones are leaving here every day. Last week, I lost 3 family members. 3. 2 on my dad's side. No, 3 on my dad's side. And, it's just one of them things that we have to make a decision. You know what? It's some things in life that's not worth fighting for. And when I say some things are not worth fighting for, when people scandalize your name and when people do a defamation of your character, guess what? Leave it alone and let it be. Yeah, hurt. Like, that crap hurt. Am I lying? It does not feel good when people come against you knowing you have done nothing but done right by them. But we have to make a sound decision that this ain't my fight, not my circus, not my monkey. They have to deal with their inner man. Because my inner man is at peace. And after the hurt, after the pain, after the shame that they caused and threw out there and made people think that you are this grimace, you are this grim reaper, you are the devil, and you are the wolves in sheep clothing. After they did all that, you got to make a decision. Hey, it's all good. It's all right. You're going to have to be held accountable for that. And I have seen that when I shut my mouth and let God fight my battle, I win. How do I win? One, like I said before, I have to pray for people when they do stuff like that, because I do be mad and I be wanting to get all hood and in my feelings and on social media. But I've learned that even in that, if I post something out of hurt, if I post something out of not using discretion of how it will affect someone that's looking up to me or looking at me and following the Christ in me as I follow Christ, then I'm going to be held accountable for that. And I don't want to stand before God knowing that I could have let him fight my battle and let him deal with my enemies and let him deal with those that come against me. The scriptures say, yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will feel no evil. And I'm coming to realize what that really means. The scripture also said, I will not be afraid of 10,000 of people that have set themselves against me round about. I won't do it. Another form of jumping on people's bandwagons is looking, I don't know what that say. Oh, looking sideways at people because our standards and our morals are different. If I choose not to do something that you're doing, ask me why if you got a problem with it. Don't go clapping at me. And I'm not saying that as a threat. I'm saying that as wake up, people. You know, it's time out for us to always be clapping. It's time out for all us be shooting shots. Only thing you should be shooting your shot at is if somebody, you like somebody. If you feeling somebody, you know, you feeling yourself. I mean, shoot your shot that way. Stop shooting shots at people, you know. But, you know, we got to stop doing that, y'all. We have to stop looking at people sideways because our morals are different. Like, I'm going to say this, and it might not sit well. I know I'm probably going to lose a lot of people. But, you know, when we are going to somebody because we feel like, oh, you ain't supporting me, or you're not in unity with me, or you ain't for me, you know, all that foolishness. Why is it so hard for us to sit down and talk and say, you know, you're supposed to be my friend. Like, why you not supporting me? I have heard so many people saying, man, my friends don't support me. They you know, this and they do that. Y'all, let's reason together. Let's dialogue. How can two stand unless they agree? You know, the scripture, throughout scripture, it talks about sitting down and communing. Even in offense, people in the Bible would go to each other and talk it out. I mean, people of God will go and talk. I ain't talking about the ones that sought out to kill and seek and destroy and just let the enemy use them all kind of way. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people like Samuel going to talk to David because David caused a man to die because he wanted his woman. Oh, let's not get into that. Let's leave that one alone. But, you know, Samuel and David talked, and Samuel told David, you're wrong, and so to speak. You're wrong. Hey, Maurice, how you doing, love? You know, you are wrong because you let your eyes deceive you. You let your heart turn you against God. And how did he turn against God? Because he was out of the will of God through disobedience and rebellion and deceit. And I can name so many other words that would show what David did. And so David, instead of David getting mad at Samuel for Samuel calling him out, what did David do? He fell to his knees and he repented before God and he got it right. And David was like he wrote almost all Psalms. You know, oh, wretched man that I am. I mean, different things that he did to show his gratitude for God calling his crap out, you know. And we got to stop being so offensive or defensive when someone come to us and, oh, I know, and this, that, and the other. Y'all, it's time out for that. We have to grow. How can we grow unless we admit when we're wrong? Just because we don't necessarily support the cause does not mean we're against you. It just means that we have to understand that some journey does not belong to all people, even your friends, even your associates, even your counterparts. That's just like I was asked recently. I ain't gonna say that. Let me just say it like this. You can't be unequally yoked. And I'm not talking about just husbands and wife and lovers and friends. I'm talking about business partners and all the people that come together to make things happen. Everybody has a remnant. Everybody has a people. And yes, we want our people supporting us. We want our people, there with us and for us. But everybody is not on the same journey. And we got to understand that. So next thing, just because others are doing the same things, I told y'all, we are the problem. We are the problem. But just because others are doing the same things that we're doing, like they're hairstylists, they're radio show hosts, there are business partners and resource centers and support centers for people. But I know that they do it differently. And what God gave me in the same arena does not mean that I'm better or I'm less than. But just because others are doing the same things doesn't mean the gift belongs to that one person. You do not own your gift. You are accounted for how you operate your gift. That'll preach all by itself. Operate your gift, operate in your gift. And those that God wants you to be with or want to be with you, you will be there. They will be there. And guess what? When you have the right people with you, it'll operate well. It'll bring in revenue. It'll bring in support. It'll bring unity. Everybody is not meant to be unified. We got to stop saying that. We got to stop believing that everybody is supposed to support us. We got to stop believing that just because we are a sect of people, oh, you don't support us. No, I'm not doing what you're doing. There are things there are things I support people, but I've learned to be led when I support. I've learned that because once you start supporting people, they think that you're supposed to do everything with them. When you have your own gift, God said he have distributed gifts out and callings out liberally. And we have to know what our calling is. We got to know what our gift is, and we got to operate in that thing well. We got to operate it well, and we can't be mad or disappointed in people that we thought that should support us and that should be there. We got to know, listen, I'm learning. It's people that I ain't never thought I would cross paths with that is really helping me get to my destination. And I love it because out of obedience, God has drawn me closer to him. And he has put genuine people. And I'm not saying the people that have crossed my path wasn't genuine. I'm not saying they didn't have a hidden agenda, that they had a hidden agenda. All I'm saying is their time was up with me, and my time is up with some other people, but that gift don't belong to you. People have just found a way to do it differently and sometimes better. I have people that do hair better than me. I have people that host better than me. I have people that support better than me, or whatever. But one thing about my support is I want it understood before I start. And I'm learning that is the best way to go. I'm learning it. Y'all don't make me do this thing. Y'all know this interactive. Y'all better talk to me. I can talk the whole hour, but I'd rather y'all interact. So anyway, this is a good question. Y'all ready? Why is it we can go into the corporate world and make things work and flow through protocol, but in entrepreneurship, we run into throwing the whole protocol out the door? Hey, Rosemary, how you doing? I had to think about what that was saying. It didn't even look it right in my eyes. But and what I mean by that, when we're in corporate world, they lay the foundation. You sign the agreement that these are your duties, these are your qualifications, these are your requirements, these are the expectations. And so let's work it out. And you read through the whole contract. This is why contracts are important. Y'all better stop doing business without contracts. But you run through all that and then you sign it. No problem. I need this job. I need to pay. I think I'm best for it. You know, the whole objective in your resume. I'm going to bring something to the table for this business. And this business will help me grow and get the expertise I need. Ain't that what we put on our objective on our resume? Yes. At least I do. But even in going in, I know what I can bring to the table because I've made a decision. This is what I want to do. So we go in and we do this in the corporate world. We have no problem with it. We get in there. We ask questions. Is this the way to do it? Is this right? And can you show me and let me visually see it so I can visually do it and, get it right so I don't want to mess things up? We do that. Like, we do that gladly, happily. We do it at ease. But then when we come into the entrepreneurship world, I ain't doing all that. They ain't paying me enough. They ain't paying you. Wait a minute now. You talked about the pay beforehand, right? Okay. So this is why it's important. As entrepreneurs, I blame both sides. I blame the entrepreneurs because the foundation don't be laid in the beginning. And then when things aren't right or isn't going right, well, you should have known better. How? You didn't tell me. I have been through so many. Yes, I'm clapping. I have been through so many events, so many workshops, so many everything where we got no kind of direction at all. And we just flow by the handles of our, whatever it's called. And we just doing our best of what we think we should be doing because you said you needed this. Through the application or through the, I'll say the post, because 9 times out of 10 we get jobs through posts. And you don't give the depth of why you should be doing this, that, and the other. So the person just going and doing it all wrong. That's not your plan. That's not your vision. But why do you blame the person? Why do you get mad at the person when you have not gave directive? Cedric says, I think when you go into business with someone or a team of people, we forget about structure. Thank you. That's the word I needed. We forget about the chain of command. Everybody want to be the boss because everybody think they got this. Right? Right, friend? Right, love? Yes. Everybody think that they have what it takes, and they probably do. But if you can't follow, and if you can't ask, okay, I was recently at an event and I said, hey, do you need help? Yeah, sure. Go over there and do this. Okay, I'm done. And you struggling, trying to get this thing done. And I see you struggling, but you have not gave me no protocol. You have not gave me no structure, as Cedric says. And I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing because you got all the ideas up here. So we as people need to lay down structure, a diagram, something. Hey, Markeisha, something that really equates to why we are supposed to be doing what we're doing. Something that really capture the essence of where you're trying to go in that setting. And then let us know what can we do better. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to go as far as saying this. The other problem is once we do it and everything is all right, let me tell you something. The problem becomes we never revisit or go run back through what we're supposed to run through because we're done with that event and that, oh, I ain't gonna hire her no more because she ain't do nothing. I ain't gonna hire her no more because she just did what she wanted to do. She ain't even asked me what she's supposed to do. When I say that irks me to the highest hurt, yeah, cut me off, baby, because I promise you I don't want to work under those circumstances. And I'm quick to do that. That's why I said in the beginning, sometimes I'm the problem. But I have also went back after that. It was totally chaotic after the event. And I have went back to the person, the head honcho, and said, hey, I realized that things didn't go so well at the event. And as a person that came up under you, I would like to know, what can I do better when we try this again? And I swear, some have told me, I ain't working with you no more. Why? Because you called me out and you didn't sit down and talk with me the first time. And then I said, wait a minute now. How was I supposed to know when you did not give me instructions? I'm just trying to help, but my help is not good enough because it didn't meet your requirements that you never gave. And we have to learn how to say, even in that, I say, hey, can we sit down and revamp? Some have came back and revamped. Some haven't. And I didn't get mad. I just said, okay. You don't need my support. Bam. That's where support stops. Not my fault. If I've tried, right? It's time to move on. And that is the direction that I'm talking about, that we change. Because sometimes we don't pray before we go in. And then we end up being hurt, burnt, and disappointed when we should have prayed to the Lord anyway about, Lord, is this something that you want me to do? Yes, the exposure, yes, the experience was great. But was it worth not having a connection at all? Cedric said everybody needs to play their position until the time is right. And that's true. And I also say, Cedric, that how do we know what our position is when we're not told what our position is? You know? And I appreciate that, The thing about it is, and Marquisha, I got your commercial. I'm going to pay it before it's over. But the thing about it, we have to know what our stance is. We got to believe in ourselves enough to say, you know what, I did my part. I did my part, and that's all I could do. Now, granted, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to move on to the next point. I have supported people that never shared a flyer, never shared a post, never shared anything, any kind of support, never came out to anything that I've hosted, that I've supported. And I did it for a while before my scales fell out my eyes. And what I mean by that is support goes both ways. We have to learn, just because someone supports us, yes, I expect, if I support you, for you to support me. I do. Now, am I looking for it? Not really. But if I see that in order for me to grow, and I have a big following, and you ask me for your support, and I come in and support, and you have a big following, and I support you, why not share a post? Why not tag me in my share, or tag me in, hey, Kim, you do this. Can you do this? So guess what? I've learned to market differently. Am I wrong? I don't know. All I know is support goes both ways, and it goes a long way. And it helps everybody as a whole. Everybody as a whole. So, let's see. Throwing protocol out the door. If a business has people that work with them, why do the ones who find the same work go to people of the business? Ooh, this gonna hurt. This gonna hurt. Y'all ready? Okay. So, if there's a business and there's people that work within the business and they work well, and you like what they're doing, now you're the outsider. You're the outsider. But you like what they do well. And you want to you want to use the people that's within the business. And instead of going through the proper protocol, which is, oh, you know what, let me go talk to the owner. This is entrepreneurship now. This don't have nothing to do with the corporate world. Let me go to the owner. Hey, say you got this worker that I could use. Instead of reaching out to her out of respect for you and your business, can you connect us so that, you know, I won't feel like I'm stepping on your toes? Yeah, that's right. Stop going over people's head to use the people that are working with them. Yes, they are adults. I get it. But that's how you keep confusion down. And that's how you grow exceedingly together as a people. Let me give y'all an example, because I really want y'all to get this and how important this is. Okay, WPMM. I work under WPMM. If you are a media outlet, and I'm not calling nobody out. Listen, I'm not calling nobody out. I'm using examples. If you are another media outlet, why not say, hey, common courtesy, business courtesy. That way you won't have a conflict. Right, Cedric? You're right. Why not say, you know what? We are two businesses that should not be in competition. And even though we are ratings, it's enough room at the table for everybody to excel. But if we put up a united front, let's come together and put up a united front. So not only your people can intertwine with my people, but it'll bring in more people for the both of us. Let the people choose. Let the people choose. Say, hey, I like what you're doing at WPMM. So let's do this, that, and the third. Or I like what you're doing at this other media outlet station. So let's do this, that, and the third. Guess what? It don't matter what's for us, it's for us. What is for us is for us. People, we all can win. We all can win. We all can regulate. We all can do this. Everybody has a division, and every division has a people. But at the same time, at sometimes even in the corporate world, the divisions come together at one event and make that thing powerful. But no, what we want to do, hey Kim, why you over there? Yeah, now I'm coming. Why you over there? They ain't my fault. I love these people. Like, they the realest I've seen in a while when it comes to unity, working together and handling business. And the thing about handling business, back to that, is we learning as we go what we can do better, and everybody's on board. Ain't nobody saying who they think they is. I'm a grown. I'm an adult. Oh, that hurts me to the highest. It irks me. It does, because yeah, you grown, you an adult, you can do what you need to do. And these for the people that hide behind social media and don't, act like they see what I'm saying. We all grown. We all can make our own decisions. But at the same time, give everybody an option. The right way. Come through the door. Stop trying to come in the window, the back door, through the roof. Only time people came through the roof in the Bible days when Jesus was healing, and they had to get the man through the roof and they load him down in the bed, but they let everybody see them come through the roof. Everybody see them lower that man down. That man need healing right now. All four of his friends. And everybody seen it. There probably was some people in the crowd mad, but guess what? Jesus was led. If you got to climb a roof and go through all that, let me bless you real good. You can't be blessed coming through the cracks. Come through the door. I'll say this. And I'm saying this out of love. I'm saying this out of respect. I'm saying this because it needs to be said. J.D. Jeffrey Dawson is the owner of WPMM, Changing Horizon Media Group. Anybody that want to talk to me? I can't speak for the other hosts, but I would think that I could. Anybody that want to use us, come through JD. Come sit down and talk to JD. Man, JD is the hardest working man I know. And I'm putting it out of here. I'm putting it out here because he need to be in a position, put in a position where he should not have to hear things secondhand. He should not have to, wonder why things got to be like this. And this ain't him talking, this is me talking. Because people have came to me asking me why I'm here. I love it here. I ain't going nowhere. Now, will I support other people? Probably. And they know this. They know this. But they know I'm grounded, like where I'm at, because I have grown tremendously. And it ain't even about following. It ain't even about, I appreciate my following. Y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But at the end of the day, we have to understand that there's protocol. And I'm the one that's going to always walk by protocol. I'm the one that's always going to do what it takes out of respect, or like Cedric said, for business, common courtesy. And you can probably always find me and use me. It'll be better to call them. Call up here. Get in touch with my bosses, Jeffrey Dawson, JD, or Sarah Redmond Smith, Queen, and talk to them and say, hey, we need Kim for this. Is it possible you can put us in touch? Yeah, y'all know how to get in touch with me, but guess who I'm going through? Whether y'all know or not, I'm talking to them first. Hey, how y'all feel about this? Y'all cool with that? Okay, cool. Let's handle business. Because that's what they're about. They're about business. They handle business well. And guess what? They don't even feel threatened. What I see is that when you don't handle business right, they ain't gonna touch you. They ain't gonna bother with you. But you best believe that until it's done right, they gonna leave it where it's at. And that's all I got to say. The last but not least, this is how we keep down confusion. We grow exceedingly. I'm not getting in the bed with the devil. And I call you, and I don't know what they say, can come. Don't try to come get me and include me until we do it the right way. Come through the door. Dear sir, dear ma'am, yes, I am grown. I am adult enough to make my own decisions. But if I have access to something that someone is giving me access to, I'm gonna go to them so that my gift can be used properly. And I don't have to worry about feeling guilty. I don't have to worry about hiding. I don't have to worry about hidden agendas. Baby, my soul is clean. My mind is clear. My heart is pure because I did it the right way. Y'all, we all raised right. Do things right. Do things right. Do things well. And let's make it happen. I'll say this. Someone came to talk to my bosses about possibly doing something here. And when they came and they agreed, yeah, I'm putting it out there because y'all need to understand how important this is. They agreed. They said, you know what? Even though we are in agreement that this is what we're going to do, let me talk to Kim first. You know why? Because me and Kim work together. And because me and Kim work together, I want to make sure that, I'm not stepping on her toes. They came to me. And I thought it was an honor. And I'm like, see, that's why I fool with you. That's why I fool with you. Because of integrity. And y'all have to learn how that integrity starts from within. And what I mean by this is if we have a gift and our gift need to be our gift need to be used, God is making room for our gift through the way we carry ourselves and the way we do things. Yeah, you can have 100 people condoning your wrong, but it don't make it right. Be utilized. Go through the proper protocol. Let's not prostitute. Let's stop prostituting each other's gifts so we can get along, so we can do better. Y'all, we are the problem. Let's wake up. We're the problem. So let's stop prostituting each other's gift. But let's share it. Because there's room for everybody, everywhere. This your girl, Kimberly Therese, with On a Personal Note. And I said what I said. Yeah, I'm there. I'm there. This is my last show on live, y'all. Y'all gonna have to come find me on internet, and I'm doing it differently. I'm doing it boldly. I'm doing it for the betterment of us all. Whether you do it or do it or not. Whether you support me or not. God is making a way. Good morning, baby. Get off the phone. You're supposed to be at work, Joker. Come back and look at this video. You're not going to miss me. Down just WPMMtalk.com. I'm going to be there. I'm going to miss y'all too, though. Like, I'm going to miss y'all communing. But God is taking me through new levels. And get in touch with me. You know how to contact me, Cedric. So, with that being said, I'm going to play this beat for y'all. And here we go. This is Markeisha.
My name is Markeisha Spencer. I am the founder of United to Help,
one of our sponsors,
a non-profit organization. Our mission is to help the homeless veterans, and low-income areas with food, clothes, personal hygiene, and shelter. We are always in need of volunteers. Check out my website at unitedtohelp.net. United to Help, we can do this. Donate today.
Yes. Y'all heard her. Y'all see it. That's our sponsor. Yes, I'm with it. I'm going to miss y'all. I'm going to come on air once in a while. I just ain't going to do it often. I'm going to come in when I can. You know, y'all have a good one. Hey, we're here. 1000 Michigan Avenue. Changing Horizon Media Group. See y'all later.